Welcome back. This is the fourth episode in Outdoo Coaching Room series, where we break down what actually drives performance inside sales teams. And in this one, I want to talk about something every sales team struggles with: how to ramp new reps faster, because most onboarding programs look solid on paper but don't actually translate into performance. So in this video, we are going to break down the few skills that actually determine how fast a rep ramps, where most onboarding programs go wrong, and what you should focus on if you want reps to perform sooner.
After working with a lot of customer-facing teams, I've realized there are really a handful skills that determine how fast a new rep ramps. But most of the onboarding programs, they don't focus on these skills, right? They try to teach everything upfront: product knowledge, messaging, tools, frameworks, and the new rep, they just end up getting overloaded. So when they get on an actual call, even though they have gone through the training, they hesitate, they overthink, right? They don't think through the basics. So in this video, I want to break down 5 skills that actually matter. The first skill is discovery, not just asking questions, but knowing how to actually explore a problem. Most new reps either very surface level questions. They rush through the discovery just to get to the pitch because probably that's where they are most comfortable with, right? But if discovery is weak, everything else falls apart. So instead of teaching 50 different things, right? Let's start here. Can they ask follow-up questions? Can they go deeper into the problem and stay curious instead of just jumping ahead? That one skill alone has a huge impact on how quickly they improve. The second skill is handling objections, but not memorizing responses, actually responding to the moment, right? Because real objections don't show up the way you actually trained them. They are not clean, they are not predictable, sometimes they are even hidden. So reps really need to learn how to understand what the customer actually wants, right? And respond naturally. This is where a lot of reps still struggle, and it's one of the biggest reasons ramp still takes longer than what it should. The third skill is how to structure a conversation, because new reps often either jump around or lose control of the conversation completely. So instead of overwhelming them with full frameworks upfront, focus on helping them to understand how to start, how to move from discovery to value, how to guide the conversation forward. And that clarity makes a big difference early on. The fourth skill is thinking on their feet, because no matter how much you train, real conversations will always go off script. Customers say things that you didn't expect. They take the conversation in different directions, and reps need to learn to adapt, because this is not something you learn from slides. It comes from actually being in those situations where you have to respond in real time, and that is what builds confidence. The fifth skill is consistency, and this is where most onboarding programs slow down. They train once and then they expect performance. But skill doesn't come from one session, it comes from repetition. Reps need to practice regularly, revisit scenarios, reinforce what they have already learned, because that's how behavior actually sticks for a very long time. If you want to ramp your reps faster, don't try to teach them everything. Focus on the skills that actually show up in real conversations, because that is what drives performance. And honestly, one of the biggest shifts that we have seen is moving away from training to actually practicing real conversations, because that's where reps improve fastest. That's something we have spent a lot of time thinking about at Outdoo, because at the end of the day, reps don't get better by learning, they get better by doing. If this resonated, please subscribe. And if you want to see what it actually looks like in practice, go and check out our playground, and the link is in the description below.